How do I pick the best location for the auction? How do you pick the ideal spot to conduct the auction? It's theatre, it's drama. Think about an amphitheatre. The seats are risen, circulate 180 degrees around the performers, and then the performer is on ground level. With the performer on ground level and everyone circulating that performer and risen, everyone's as close as possible. The energy is equally distributed around the performer, which allows them to spread their energy equally. And because the crowd is risen, the performer's able to see the people clearly, their faces, their torsos. If it was the other way around, if the performer was risen and the crowd was below them, you'd be looking down on everybody. They'd be looking up. All you'd be able to see is their faces. And also, by them looking up at you, it's made to feel like you're superior. And it will make it harder for them to engage you, to bid, to proceed with their plan. So you want to be as vulnerable as possible, as approachable as possible, so that your guests can interact with you. So like an amphitheatre. Things to avoid: busy street. The traditional place, the cliche place for many people to conduct an auction is just out onto the street. The crowd just disperses across the street, 100 metres up the road, behind the tree, behind the car, and you're just yelling and screaming, trying to project and connect. And quite frankly, not only do you use most of your energy just from yelling, your audience is disengaged because they can hardly hear you. You can hardly see them, and you completely lose control. The other place you want to avoid calling the auction is inside the front yard, by the front porch, and everyone's standing on the other side of the front fence. So between you and the buyers, there's a fence and some shrubs, and then there's a barrier between you and them, which makes it harder and more awkward to interact and to engage. The ideal place to conduct the auction is in a more refined environment where everyone's closer together and evenly spread out and around you. And so in the instance that I'm referring to just then, where you're standing by the front porch, standing up on the front porch, I'd say to avoid, because you're risen above your audience. They feel like you're superior to them. You want to get on ground level and be on an even playing field, which will increase the chances of them feeling comfortable to engage. So call them inside the front fence, on the actual front lawn that you're also standing on, and get them to evenly distribute and come close together. That's what's going to create the best theatre, the best drama, the best experience for you, the agent, the vendor, and more importantly, the bidders. The back lawn, the backyard, is equally as powerful. The open plan living area is equally as powerful. The undercover entertainment area, equally as powerful. The driveway. Don't just stand at the tip of the driveway, because buyers will probably disperse up the street, across the street. But if you push back several metres inside the driveway and ask all the buyers and neighbours to work their way onto the driveway and the footpath on the same side of the road as you, that can also work really well. So there we go, the answer to the question, how do I pick the right spot for the auction?